It's really interesting because these are not technically trees, they're succulents. This is a Joshua tree. It's interesting because they are very vocal, they have a lot to say, they're very slow. And what I mean by that is their energy is just kind of this soft wave. She says the introduction of people to this area was an interesting phenomenon. She says she was not here for it exactly, but she was. I'm not sure what that means. She says that there was a time when all the living things knew each other, and what you would consider the non-living things that are still living things knew each other. And they shared resources, and they shared this space. And she says they still do, but now with the introduction of humans, they have to pull in their energy. And it's harder to stay connected because it gets interrupted by the waves of human activity. The Joshua trees grow really, really slowly, but they're just like any other living thing. There's a connection, there's a stream of consciousness, there's an understanding. And because they grow to be so old, they're very wise, much like trees are. And they do enjoy sharing their wisdom. They just wish it was easier to stay connected with the humans around. He says he's older than he looks. He says he grows really slowly to be able to better appreciate the passage of time while it exists. He really loves his rock friend here. His rock friend keeps good company, apparently. And he says they laugh a lot, although humans wouldn't get any of their jokes. Would you tell us the joke? Ethereal displacement.
That's a joke?
That's the joke. He says, see, I told you you wouldn't get it. But my rock friend thinks it's hysterical. So I find it fascinating that your things here are bark, like they're hard. This is for protection as they're growing up, he says. It keeps the things that would eat at him away while he's growing his stronger bark underneath. This happens for many decades, I guess. That would be the translation of that. He says if you really want to know peace, get a rock friend. They'll teach you everything you need to know. So I came over here because they are in varying states of aliveness. I thought this might be a great example of symbiosis in a succulent, which is kind of an interesting thought. So when I came over and asked about their symbiosis, I got a unified answer that said we don't participate in symbiosis the way you think of, because we're all connected and symbiotic to each other. We know every time one of us falls sick, we know every time one of us has a problem. Other things are connected this way as well, but we have evolved to a place where it is all that exists, that connectedness. It's why humans disrupt us so much, because humans do not connect the way the rest of us do here in the desert. You would call it an ecosystem. We would call it a living organism. a single living organism.